Hello again to my Algebra 2 Upward Bound students, my Math 100 class that I teach called Beginning and Intermediate Algebra, which is equivalent to what I teach on a college level here at Lawson State. But also I'm giving you guys an opportunity to utilize and see how you're going to need Algebra 2 once you get to college. So therefore, this is going to be really good, really interesting. I know the first assignment 1 was on exponents, and so which is in the same section as polynomials. So you're going to need that. Polynomials, whether you are in 11th and 12th grade and also in college as well. So we're still working on the exponent / polynomials piece in the book, but this is assignment number 2. So here we are looking at adding and subtracting polynomials, and I will also have the Word version uploaded to this document as well. So here the objectives are: add 2 or more monomials, subtract 2 monomials, add 2 polynomials, subtract 2 polynomials, simplify an expression using the order of operations and combining terms, and solving an application requiring operations with polynomials. So this is a section that you are going to need no matter if you're in Algebra 2 or you're in your Math 100 course in college. So here, combine like terms and simplify if possible. So this is just a quick getting ready review. So 3x plus 2x, I want you to just add 3 plus 2, that gives me 5, and leave the x alone. Okay, so it would not be x to the second power unless you were trying to multiply. If it was a multiplication dot, then you would add your exponents, but you do not add your exponents here. 5y minus 3y is 2y, so just subtract. 19x plus 6x is 25x. Okay. 8z minus 3z is 5z. 9r plus 3r equals, good, 12r. 12r. 4s minus 3s is, the answer is 4r minus 3s. These are not like terms, so you would leave this answer alone or say, Miss Thomas, this is already simplified. There's nothing I can do with this. The answer is correct. You cannot do r minus s. Okay. For number 7, 7r, take 7 r's away, you have nothing. You have 0. Okay. So you don't have to write 0r because it's you hardly ever see that in a textbook. 0r. 0s. 0, no. Okay. So here, what about number 8? 17r minus 17r to the second power. Again, they are not the same. It must be r to the second power, r to the second power, r2, r2. This is also in simplified form. This answer is just how it's written. It's already simplified. There's nothing you can do. Just leave it alone. Simplified already. Just leave that alone. Okay, so now we're going to do adding 2 or more monomials. Okay, which is just you want to make sure that they have like terms. Okay, like. It's nothing you can do with if it has A, B2, C. You must have A, B2, C over here. No, you have A2, B, C. No, unlike terms, like terms. Okay, let's get started with some examples. Let me zoom that out so you'll be able to see that really well, because this is what we are about to do. All right, so example 1, perform the following addition. So look at this. Okay, it's just some examples here. You have 5xy to the third power plus 7xy to the third power. You add 5 plus 7 and you leave x and y to the third power alone. You don't try to add them up or anything like that. You leave them alone because there's a plus sign in between it. Okay, only way you would add them if you had a multiplication dot in between it. Okay, but you do not do that. So here you have negative 7x squared y squared plus 6x squared y squared plus 3x squared y squared equals, here I would do -7 plus 6 in your calculator gives you -1. -1 plus 3 in your calculator gives you 2. Okay? And I would leave the x squared, y squared alone. Do not try to add your exponents when you're adding and subtracting. Okay? It's like almost like a common denominator. You leave the common denominator alone. For C, if you had 2x to the second power, so you have 2 of these in essence. I have 2. Just like I taught you how to break it down, you want to make sure that you can visualize what they're talking about. Okay, visualize that. 81x to the 4th. All right, I'm just helping you get it all together. So here, 2 times 2 is 4. This has a multiplication dot. This is to be multiplied. So you add exponents plus 81x to the 4th power. Okay, so this was just at the end. I had to, it's like doing order of operation. You want to make sure you get everything done first and then bring down your 81x to the 4th. So it is like terms. So when you add it up, that's how they ended up with 85x to the 4th power. Let's try the self-check. You have negative, you have 1. You want to make sure it's the same. PQ2, 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 all right? Or like we like to call it in math, PQ squared, PQ squared, PQ squared, PQ squared, all right? So they are like terms. So here, -2 plus 5 is 3, and 3 plus 8 is 11, PQ squared. Okay, 27x to the 6th power plus 2x squared cubed. First of all, you want to break this down first. So this is 2x 3 times. Okay, let me break that down. I'm just breaking this down right, simplifying this right here. Because the plus 27x is just going to stick out in the front for right now. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Help me add the exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. Very good. So I'm noticing that the exponents are like terms. So now I just want you to add $27 plus $8 is how many dollars? Good. 30 what? 5. X6. Oh, I skipped one. Okay, first let me make sure they're like terms. A cubed B squared. Okay, A cubed B squared. All right, like terms. Excuse me. 6 plus 5 is 11. A cubed B squared. Okay, subtract 2 monomials. Okay, so we're just subtracting. 8, take 3 away is 5, and leave the exponent alone, x squared. I think y'all can get these. 6 minus 9 is -3 in your calculator, and leave x cubed y squared. Leave that alone. Okay, the same thing for C. You want to make sure they are like terms, and then to throw you off. -3 minus 5 in your calculator is -8. R squared is t cubed. Okay, let's try some. All right, like terms, m cubed. 12 minus 7 is 5. So that's 5m cubed. Here, p cubed, q squared, p cubed, q squared. Okay, same. -4 minus 8 in a calculator is -12. And keep your exponents the same. Don't add it up. Okay. All right, let me make sure they are like. X cubed, y squared, z. X cubed, y squared, z. Okay, good. -8 minus 12 is -20. X cubed, y squared, z. Okay. All right, and next we're going to just add 2 polynomials. That should be really easy. I know you guys can get that. All right, we're adding. Let's just look and see what exactly we're adding. Okay, now I need my notebook. I need to write this down here on the side so you can see everything that I am doing. All right, so I have a plus sign. I wrote it down on my notebook paper here. All right, and if you don't mind, I want to stack mine on top of each other just so I'll make sure. And of course, you know, this is a 1. If you don't have a coefficient, if there's no number in front, it's a 1. And let me line up a squared, okay, 6a, it's a plus sign in front of that, and minus 5. All right, I just like to stack mine on top of each other. Okay, and I'm just going to come straight down. All right, so that's 7a squared plus, because 6 is bigger, so that's why it's positive. 6 minus 1 is 5a. And 4 minus 5 in your calculator is negative 1. I think you guys could have got that. So 7a squared plus 5a minus 1. Okay, on these polynomials. I think you're going to do quite well. All right, number 4, example 4 already has it stacked up for you. And notice that when you have nothing, it's 0. You just leave it blank. Just bring down what you do have. So, for example, this is already stacked. So, this is the same. So, that's 6pq to the second power. 6 minus 8 is negative 2. Thank you. Pq to the third power. And negative 7 plus 9 is positive 9 in your calculator. Oh, positive 2. Thank you. Q4. Okay. Very good. I think you're going to do quite well with this section that we're doing. And you're going to be more efficient in it as well. The next set is subtract 2 polynomials. Example 5. Example 5. So here, if we're just subtracting, you're gonna change the sign. Notice how they change the sign. So that keep change flip, you're gonna change your signs. Okay. Okay. Meaning if this is positive, change it to negative. Positive, change it to negative. Then stack them. Only when you're subtracting do you change the sign of the second set. So let's get down to business. Let me write the problem down so that you will be able to understand exactly what I want you to understand. Okay, this is A. All right, so I wrote that down here so you'll be able to see it here. Make sure I wrote the right problem. Yes, I did. All right, so I want you to change the sign. So just say this is 4x minus 1. I want to change it to adding. But before I can add, I got to change all the signs that I see. So I'm going to change this to negative and change this to positive. So remember, we already talked about if you don't have a coefficient, it's a 1. So I'm going to stack this on top, and then I did the opposite, which is the 5. So 4 minus 1 is 3x, and negative 1 plus 5 is positive 4. So this is 3x plus 4. Okay. For B. Okay, let me do that one. 6x squared minus 5x plus 4. And minus negative 3x squared plus 6x plus 1. Okay, so I want you to change the signs here. So here, get another color. We're changing signs of everything. Instead of negative, positive. Instead of positive, make this a negative and make this a negative. So we just need to change the signs. But it's easier when you stack them. It's just like a visual. Easy to kind of see everything that you're dealing with. So this is 3x squared because I changed the sign. This is minus 6x and this is minus 1. So I just cleaned it up a little bit. So 6 plus 3 is 9x squared. Negative 5 minus 6 in your calculator is negative 11x. And 4 minus 3 is positive 3. So that is the answer to B. So that is 9x squared minus 11x plus. Okay, I'm trying to hold my phone and give you guys all of the good examples. Okay, and let's try one more. Okay, let's try C. Let me get that written down. Negative 2a squared b plus 5ab squared. In the parentheses, it has a minus sign in the middle. Then it has negative 5a squared b minus 7ab squared. Okay, now let me change the signs. to positive, positive, positive. Okay. So negative 2a squared b plus 5ab squared. All right. Well, remember, we're going to make sure we stack the right thing together. Plus 5a squared b and plus 7ab squared. I think we got that right. Good. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3. Positive 3. Your calculator. And 5 plus 7 is 12. Okay. I think y'all are going to do well on this. So write this down. So 3a squared b plus 12ab squared. Okay, I wrote that down right here. Okay. You know I love to give examples. All right, my last set. Okay. We're going to do A, B, and C at the top. All right. This is, I want to make sure that if you have to multiply, you know exactly what to multiply and how to multiply it, okay? So this is page 265 at the very top. Now I need you to help me do the distributive property. You know what that is. Taking that 2 and multiplying it all the way through. So this is 2a to the third power. 2 times 3, that's 6, so that's negative 6a. All right, so far so good. Now I need you to multiply it all the way through. So this is what? 5 times a is 5a to the third power. And 5 times 2 is 10, so that's 10a. Okay, now I need you to help me stack. So help me put this here. Plus 10a. It just gives me a visual, okay? Because it was a plus sign in the middle. So I just bring that plus sign down. So 2 plus 5 is 7a to the third power. And negative 6 plus 10 is positive 4. So this is 7a cubed plus 4a. I think y'all could have got that one. I know for sure you could have got it. Okay. 4b. You turn the page. Okay, 4b, 5m squared plus 6m minus 9 minus 8m. We talked about minuses and taking it all the way through, changing signs and all that good stuff. So I know I need to multiply that 5 all the way through, so that's 5m squared. 5 times 6 is 30, correct, m. And 5 times 9 is 45. But I can just go through and change all of the signs. I have a subtraction sign, so that makes this negative, positive, and negative. Okay, so that's negative 8m squared plus 2m minus 5. 5 minus 8 is negative 3m squared. 30 plus 2 is 32m. And negative 45 minus 50 minus 5, your calculator is negative 50. And that is your answer, negative 3m squared plus 32m minus 50. Okay. And one more. All right. Because, you know, I love to give you examples because I love for you to understand it and not be confused in any type of way. Okay, make sure I wrote that correctly. All right, distributive property. I have a 5 on the outside. All right, you know, this is a 1 if they don't give you a coefficient. So that this will be 5x squared y. And 5 times 2 is 10, so that's 10x squared. I see a subtraction symbol, so I want you to add it here and start changing the signs, negative and positive. Change signs for me. All right, so I'm looking for negative x squared y. Okay, it goes here. So negative 1, you need to put a 1 in front. And for my 3x squared goes here. So 5 minus 1, that gives me 4x squared y. And 10 plus 3 is 13x squared. So 4x squared y plus 13x squared. Okay, you guys are doing wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so next we are going to get down to our word here. everything about a circle. And I will make sure I put it in the chat. I'll put it in your module, in your homework. All right, so I'm going to download it right now. And I hope that it made perfect sense.